The atmosphere shifts instantly. Before Zhang can react, a streak of red light cuts through the air. There is no drawn-out struggle, only a single, decisive strike. Zhang freezes for a brief second, confusion flashing across his face. Then he collapses, defeated in one clean motion, the forest falling silent around them. The remaining squad members are left stunned. Howren's eyes glow with cold intensity as his aura surges violently around him. He locks his gaze onto Chun Zijin and delivers his final declaration. He does not want compensation. He wants justice. And tonight, Chun will face the consequences of his betrayal. Zhang Weiming's body collapses, and panic instantly spreads through the remaining squad members. Their confidence evaporates. They stare at Howren in disbelief, insisting he has no visible aura and should be nothing more than an ordinary human. In their minds, it is impossible for someone like him to eliminate a steel tear awakened so effortlessly. Chun Zijin refuses to accept reality. Clinging to denial, he claims it was luck and that Zhang simply let his guard down. Desperate to regain control of the situation, he orders the others to attack and avenge their fallen teammate. Another squad member steps forward. The system identifies him as Steel Tier mid-rank Lu Chun. He rises into the air, lightning crackling around his body as he gathers mana. His voice rings out arrogantly as he declares that Howren's luck has run out. With a roar, he unleashes his full-powered attack, Thunderous Wrath. Lu Chen's body remains suspended on the crimson spike, the forest eerily silent around it. Howren glances up briefly, unimpressed, brushing dust from his shoulder as if the previous attack had been nothing more than a minor inconvenience. To him, that so-called full-power strike barely registered. The remaining squad members finally begin to understand that something is terribly wrong. The man they once betrayed is no ordinary opponent. Fear spreads through their ranks as the illusion of superiority collapses. Chun Zijin's composure fractures completely. A system notification flashes urgently as he calls for reinforcements. Yet desperation clouds his judgment. Seeing that he still has 2 subordinates left, he convinces himself numbers might turn the tide. He orders Niu Chu and Ma Xiao to attack together. The two leap forward in perfect coordination, blades descending in a synchronized strike meant to overwhelm a single target. Howren does not move in panic. Instead, he activates Victory Contract. A radiant magic circle bursts into existence before him, intercepting the combined assault in a dazzling explosion of sparks. Their attack fails to break through. From within the summoning light, a figure steps forward. A woman with long purple hair and a flowing white dress emerges, her presence both elegant and lethal. Sharp, claw-like weapons extend from her hands as she surveys the battlefield with cold disdain. Her loyalty to Howren is absolute. Without hesitation, she moves. A series of glowing purple slashes cut through the air with surgical precision. Ma Xiao falls instantly, defeated before he can react. At the same moment, Howren advances. His blade flashes once, clean and decisive. Niu Chu collapses just as swiftly. 2 more enemies eliminated in the span of seconds. System notifications echo in Howren's mind. Experience gained. Level increased. Additional attribute points awarded. Now only Chun Zijin remains, standing alone amid the aftermath of his shattered squad. What began as an attempted ambush has turned into a one-sided reckoning. A violent surge of lightning detonates where Howren was standing, filling the forest with blinding light and thick smoke. Lu Chun descends, breathing heavily, convinced his ultimate technique has reduced his opponent to nothing. Before the smoke can even settle, a sharp crimson spike erupts upward from the ground. Formed from condensed blood energy, it pierces straight through Lu Chun in a single decisive motion. The lightning fades instantly, Silence returns to the forest. A system notification echoes in Haren's mind. He has leveled up and gained additional attribute points. The battle is not only vengeance. It is growth. Haren steps forward from the dissipating smoke, completely unharmed. His crimson aura burns steadily as he locks eyes with Chun Zijin and the remaining squad members. The fear in their expressions is unmistakable now. They are no longer facing the teammate they betrayed. They are facing something far more dangerous. Haren stands calmly in the aftermath, surrounded by the fallen members of his former squad. The forest is silent now, heavy with the weight of what just happened. Only one opponent remains standing, Chun Zijin. Beside Haren, Benhita steps forward, claws still stained from battle. Her eyes gleam as she offers to finish Chun herself. The eagerness in her voice contrasts sharply with the elegance she carries. Haren gently places a hand on her shoulder, stopping her. She immediately softens at the gesture, her fierce expression melting into quiet devotion. But this is not a fight he can hand over to someone else. He fixes his gaze on Chun and makes it clear. This battle belongs to him. Chen, however, refuses to collapse under the pressure. Though sweat drips down his face, he forces a smirk and begins piecing together his own theory. He accuses Haren of no longer being human, claiming that every attack leaks unnatural mana. In his mind, Haren must have sacrificed something fundamental to gain this strength. Haren's aura flares at the accusation. He reminds Chun that everything that happened was set in motion by betrayal. Chun left him to die, assuming he would never return. Now, faced with the consequences of his actions, Chun dares to speak of judgment. Instead of backing down, Chun suddenly reaches behind him and pulls out a syringe. Without hesitation, he drives it into his own neck. The empty injector falls to the ground as purple energy surges violently through his body. His veins bulge, and his aura destabilizes, growing far more intense. Through strained laughter, Chun reveals that the substance is an experimental enhancement acquired through illegal channels. It temporarily unlocks hidden potential and allows him to push beyond his natural tier limits. The energy around him continues to rise unpredictably, signaling that this final confrontation is about to escalate far beyond a normal steel tier battle. So the injection finally kicks in and Chen's aura detonates into a massive vortex of purple energy. The system flashes and he officially breaks through to silver scale mid-rank. He points his sword at me, screaming that I am 100 years too early to take revenge on him, acting like he just unlocked main character mode. I just stare at him completely calm and tell him, "Oh, you turned orange, too bad, it will not save you." Then I give him one warning: it is nighttime, you do not stand a chance. He loses it and charges at insane speed, shouting that even a silver scale high rank cannot keep up and that I cannot escape my death. He swings with everything he has and cuts nothing but air, because while he was busy talking, my passive already activated skill activated Night Affinity. At night, my movement speed increases by 30% and every strike inflicts bleed. I vanish and reappear behind him midair and unleash a storm of red energy slashes. He panics, saying it is impossible, that he took the injection and his eyes should track me. But raw stats beat cheap boosts every time. // The red beams tear through him, blood sprays everywhere. And the system keeps announcing target has entered bleeding status. Losing 1.5% max HP per second, his so-called silver scale body means nothing. His face is crushed. His eyes are bleeding and fear finally takes over. We cut to Banshita watching everything. She immediately understands I could have ended him instantly, but I deliberately avoided his vitals. I am savoring it because a traitor does not deserve a quick death. Chun is now trapped inside a cage of red energy, standing in his own blood, losing health every second, screaming my name into the dark forest, swinging at shadows, refusing to accept reality. But it is already over. He is nothing more than a raid boss with a ticking damage over time, waiting to drop his loot. Chun is finished, the bleed keeps ticking, and he is literally crying blood, but his pride still will not let him stop. He grits his teeth, forcing out that he will personally kill me, Yeah, right before he can even move, I close the distance in an instant and appear right in front of him. Then I carve a brutal slash across his chest. I look straight into his shaking blood-filled eyes and tell him, an eye for an eye. An old friend of mine is still hungry. Then I drive my blade straight down through his shoulder, pinning him in place. He screams at the top of his lungs, and the system calmly announces, target has entered bleeding status, losing 1.5% max HP per second. He crashes into the dirt. The so-called captain who threw me away is now lying in his own blood, sobbing and wheezing, begging me to end it already. I look down at him and ask, you were just trying to kill me and now you want mercy. Then instead of finishing him, I pull out a glowing red bottle high-grade health potion. I tell him I am not killing him that easily and that I will even heal him. I drop it on him. Green light wraps around his body, plus 500 HP restored. His chest seals up, and for a second. The story gets crazier next. Subscribe and turn on notifications.